This is a story from the heart of Ghana that changed one student's life forever. It's about a crossroad we all face at some point, a simple, agonizing choice between honesty and money. Before we begin, ask yourself, if you found a life-changing amount of money and no one was watching, what would you really do? Keep that answer in mind as we meet Kofi. Meet Kofi. He's 18 years old, living in a quiet town near Kumasi. Like many young people in Ghana, Kofi's life is a balance of duty and dreams that he comes from a home where money is scarce. His mother sells plantains at the local market, and his father works long hours on a nearby farm. But Kofi has a vision that stretches far beyond the dusty roads of his village. He wants to go to university, help his family out of poverty, and become an engineer. Every day, Kofi follows a strict routine. He walks miles to school, concentrates in class until his eyes ache, and returns home to help his mother. He doesn't own the latest phone or fancy clothes, but his parents gave him something far more durable, a sense of integrity. One Tuesday afternoon, everything changed. The sun was hot, and Kofi was tired from a long day of exams. As he walked along the roadside, something caught his eye in the tall grass, a small, black leather bag. Kofi looked around. The road was empty. He picked it up, slowly unzipped the top, and his heart almost stopped. Inside was a thick, rubber-banded bundle of Ghanaian cedis. It was more money than Kofi had ever seen in his entire life. Suddenly, the quiet afternoon felt very loud. Kofi's mind began to race. This could pay my university fees, he thought. My mother wouldn't have to work in the sun tomorrow. I could finally buy the textbooks I need. He felt a cold sweat on his forehead. One saw me, he whispered. Maybe the owner is rich and won't miss it. Maybe this is a blessing, a miracle. But as he gripped the bag, a different feeling emerged, a heavy sinking feeling in his chest. A voice inside whispered, "This is not yours. Taking it would make you a thief, not a student." Torn between his needs and his conscience, Kofi didn't go home. Instead, he went back to school to find his mentor, Mr. Mensah. When Kofi showed him the bag, Mr. Mensah didn't tell him what to do right away. He sat Kofi down and spoke with calm, steady seriousness. Mr. Mensah said, "Kofi, this is a test. Not of your intelligence, but of your character. Money is like a shadow, it follows you for a while, and then disappears when the sun goes down. But your peace of mind, that is the light itself." He leaned in closer and added, "In our culture, we say, a good name is better than riches. If you keep this money, you build your future on a foundation of sand. The day you lie, you lose the one thing no one can give back to you, trust." Kofi sat in silence for a long time. He realized that if he used stolen money to become an engineer, every bridge he built would silently say, "This was built on a lie." The next morning, Kofi walked into the local police station. His hands were shaking, but his heart was firm. He handed the bag to the officer in charge. As it turned out, the money belonged to a local trader. It was her entire life savings, meant to pay for a shipment of goods. She had dropped it while climbing into a trotro. When she arrived at the station and saw Kofi, she wept with relief. The trader looked at Kofi and said, "If every young person in Ghana was this honest, our nation would be the strongest in the world. I cannot pay you what was in that bag, but I will make sure everyone knows your name." Kofi walked home that evening with empty pockets. But for the first time in days, his chest felt light. He had no extra money, but he had his self-respect. Kofi's story is a mirror for all of us, whether you live in Ghana, Kenya, Nigeria, India, the USA, or anywhere in the world, you will face the bag in your life. It might be the temptation to cheat on a test, to take credit for work you didn't do, or to tell a small lie just to get ahead. But remember, integrity is what you do when no one is watching. Honesty isn't just about being a good person. It's about building a reputation that acts like a key to doors that money alone cannot open. If Kofi's choice inspired you today, hit subscribe on World Wisdom Stories GH. Join our community of wise students learning lessons from cultures all over the world. Next week, we're heading to Kenya to learn about the power of persistence and hard work. Remember, wisdom isn't just in books, it's in your choices. Stay honest, stay wise, and keep growing.